Match 4. Yeah, this hand's good, right? Bunch of tapped mana, unfortunately, but on the play it doesn't seem terrible. That does mean a turn 3 bolus, unfortunately, or auger, because I'm not gonna. Uh, it's still turn 3. I was thinking, do I want to Deemer Aqueduct this back to my hand? But I don't really think so. I hate doing that with my tapped lands. But yeah, I think this hand is pretty good. Stretching. Baron Moore could indicate a wide variety of things, but not in all the decks that would play Baron Moore, playing one turn 1 tapped is probably not the best. So let's go turn 2 Dismal here. Yeah. Next turn we can Augur Deemer Aqueduct. Yeah, if this is mono black, which is certainly what it looks like, then I feel pretty good about this. I think the blue-black decks stand a bit stronger of a chance against them. Obviously, mine's a little bit worse because I'm playing creatures. But what can you do? I think I just want counterspell because I have enough removal. This is also a fairly slow mono black start. If it is in fact mono black, like if they turn 3, maybe they'll play something. They might be guess verdicting me. Oh, Twisted A Bomb. Okay, I don't think it's mono black anymore. Twisted A Bomb. I don't know what to make of that. It certainly looks like mono black. I guess mono black could be playing Twisted Abomination. That is not very common, for sure, but you could. Yeah, this is Sign in Blood is a more traditional mono black card. They must have drawn that either for their turn or off the Abomination, because I don't think there's any way you would not do that with 2 mana on your turn 2. They are gonna have to discard here. We're gonna leave up Forbidden Alchemy, it looks like, and play this Backwater Serve for 1. Okay, yeah, they're definitely mono black. Twisted Abomination's pretty cool. Yeah, we're going to Forbidden Alchemy. We're going to turn on our... Oh, actually, Ghastly Demise is actually just a dead card now in the match, so I'm going to be boarding those out. Gurmag Angler is actually pretty good against mono black, though. So, with this... What am I looking for with this Forbidden Alchemy? A land wouldn't be bad, because then I get to cast this Muldrifter. So I'd be okay with that. Okay, Chainer's Edict, sure. I don't really care about that. I guess I could have Ghastly Demise it in response. That might have been good. No, because then I couldn't Forbidden Alchemy. And the reason is just to fuel my Delve. Oh, no. Well, let's take an island. No, let's take a swamp. I mean, we're even on. Well, we have all duels right now, so it doesn't really matter what we take. I think we're gonna take the island simply because we have more, blue requirements. That's actually okay though, because now the Gurmag Angler is fairly live. Well, then we draw that. I don't just want to run at the Angler because I don't want it to die to Chainer's like another Edict effect. But if I think it's probably worth it actually to play the Angler and this Dismal and just make them have it. We have Soul Manipulation, so it's not the end of the world. And they have to have exactly that. And there's no reason not to just tap out for it, I don't think. Keep the Augur and the Forbidden Alchemy in the graveyard. I mean, I'm not like doing anything else with my mana, so I guess I could have waited and left up Counterspell, but I just think that if they have the Edict, it's okay. Based on the Soul Manipulation and the fact that they're like not really doing anything. And also now Edicts. No, actually the other one just still doesn't get it. Okay, well if they just have Unmake, that's fine too. Actually, Unmake is much better against me. The other card I was thinking of is the one where you deal damage and then gain life equals the number of swamps you control. Tendrils of Corruption. All right. So far, I think we're at about parity. Like they've dealt with some of my threats, but they also have a lot of dead cards. But I have a dead card too. Guess we'll go ahead and play this island. Yeah, disfigured Gurmag Angler. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad. Now consideration for ghastly demising the Mole Drifter if they try and kill it because it'll feel my delve. And actually, yeah, I am gonna go ahead and do that. I can't do anything else with this ghastly demise, so I might as well. I guess I could have fired that off whenever. I mean, I guess it's 6 of one, half dozen of another. This is gonna be an angler of my opponents. Well, I have Chainer's Edict, so it's fine. Yep. So let's see here. Chainers. And then one, let's say I need 2 for counterspell. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I am going to be sacrificing something I would like to keep, some stuff I like to keep here, but I think it's worth it. I guess I want to keep the alchemy. I have, lots of other removal. Grim Harvesting back the Gurmag Angler. I could have countered that, but I don't think countering Grim Harvest is a fool's errand in my opinion. So yeah, they'll have to tap out too. I think no, they won't. They'll have to spend a lot of mana though to cast it. And I'm not going to counter the Angler. I don't think. I think I'd rather protect my Angler because I can disfigure or Agony Warp their Angler next turn. So I think that's a little bit better. And then I'm winning the race if they don't block. So I think I'm going to, and then also I'll get rid of the Grim Harvest if they go that route as well. So yeah, I think I'm just going to keep my Angler as is. I'm not going to counter their Angler. I'm going to keep mine as is, and I'm going to try and protect my Angler if they try and kill it. It's going to be my plan. So they're formulating their plan as well. I do think that blue gives me an edge in this matchup. I do think that being blue gives me an edge. That's not because I'm necessarily because I am blue, although that's certain, blue's the strongest color. I just think that having access to another color and the more powerful cards in that color is an advantage. Tendrils. So this I do want to counterspell. I don't want my Angler to die. Yeah, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 swamps, so yeah, it would have been enough. Unfortunately, they do have 7 mana to flashback and kill my Angler. So I need to start drawing augers. Little augies. Okay. Doesn't play their own Angler, though. I mean, 3/3 is still good. Soul Manipulation is very good. It's going to be extremely good against their Angler. I wonder why they would do this. I get preventing 2 damage, but they're just going to do this next turn, right? I think. Obviously, soul manipulation is much better if they kill mine first. So I am hoping that they will Chainer's Edict, and I will be able to get some value that way, because I don't just want to counter theirs. I want to counter theirs and get mine back. I think it's well, they can only do one or the other, right? This certainly looks like they're gonna flashback. All right, that's exactly what I wanted to have happen. And again, I don't really I don't understand preventing the 2 damage there. Like, they were gonna do that anyway. I don't really think it matters, to be quite honest. Right? Like, does it matter? Like, I don't know. I feel like they just 2-for-1 themselves for no reason. Doomblade? No, thank you. I'll take a land. Thank you very much. All right, well, now the plan of soul manipulating back that my angler and getting rid of their angler is the live plan. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to take out in this matchup. I also got to be careful of like Gary's and stuff too, which is kind of terrifying. I've had some pretty epic whiffs on my uh Forbidden Alchemies. So I think both of the alchemies I did were by and large lands. But definitely getting them here with the soul manipulation. Muldrifter is very good. I'm gonna cast it first. All right, all right. Well, we're definitely drawing all of our lands this game. But Muldrifter gives me some Edict protection at the very least. And now we can represent Counterspell. Yeah, we're just out grinding our opponent's deck. That's what I think what I meant earlier about the blue being blue black. I think we're just able to outgrind the mono black deck a lot better, and it certainly is in no small part to the fact that we are blue. So other colors probably not as good. Dang, yo. Unmake is pretty good. I think that's 2 anglers my opponent has exiled. And I had no counterspell for it, like you saw. Man, just drawing so many lands. We only have 22 in our deck. And then this is a corrupt. I don't mind that. They can gain a life. That's fine. We have 4 cards. There are no cards. We have lots of cantrips. We have a preordain. We have preordain. We're good. Do I want counterspell? I think the answer is yes. Actually, so our hand's very reactive, but I think we have the tools we need to make sure our opponent never does anything else for the rest of the game. And now we can protect our threats once we draw them. So, worst case. All right, sure. Doomblade, a quality card. Because like we still have Muldrifters, right? Yeah, we still have Muldrifters. We still have 2 anglers and 2 Muldrifters in our deck. And of course, umpteen preordains. I don't want either of these. Chainer's Edict, sure. Haven't seen like a Chittering Rats or a Phyrexian Rager. Haven't seen a lot of like traditional mono black. creatures quite yet, which I think is interesting. Sure, Dimir Aqueduct. We'll just bounce a backwater in case that matters. What a magic. So fun. All right, there's Grimog Angler finally. All right, sure. We're good. We're good. We got the angler. We got the gangler. The chainers is like the worst thing they could have because then they can just flash it back. Grimog Angler, I'm just like not scared of it all because I have my own chainers. So I wonder what the last card is. They can still chainers flashback chainers. Crypt Rats? Crypt Rats. Crypt Rats is fine. They can't. If they wanted the Crypt Rats, they should have done it before my angler. I don't know. That's a weird play to me. Let's just figure they're Crypt Rats. If they want to pop it, they pop it. And then they kill their angler too. And I have some manipulation somewhere. I have more in my deck, right? Yeah, I've only used one. So yeah, and I have Moldrift. I have more cards. Definitely an argument for countering Crypt Rats, but I think this is fine. Yeah, I definitely think that they should have done that the other way if they wanted to kill my angler and let them keep their angler. That was definitely a missequence. Oh my goodness. At this point, they have to be thinking I must be able to deck myself. I probably should have countered the Crypt Rats. I was just like I didn't think they would pop it after they had played their angler too. You know, like it just didn't seem worth it. Okay, sure, duress. Now they'll get my counter spell. Well, I know I'm going to sideboard. I'll tell you that much. I feel like I'm seriously going to lose by decking myself, which is hilarious. But I actually do think this matchup's pretty good. I mean, I still got some threats left in my deck. It's not the end of the world. There's another counter spell. I'm also trying to, F6 more so I can stay up ahead on the clock. And like any creature my opponent plays, I'm not really that worried about. Well, there's Forbidden Alchemy. Let's go ahead and cast it. Yep, I'll take Augur. Really wanted that preordain. I mean that Muldrifter. Let's keep this. Cool. I think that's my last angler. So I hope it goes the distance. Fudge. Multiple main deck duresses is going to take my other counter spell. And another Crypt Rats. Do I Alchemy Response? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, let's Alchemy in response. If I draw because I want to counterspell this is mostly the reason. Well, I will take Soul Manipulation. One more mana could have done it. Huh. I think I can afford to wait one more turn. No, I should just go for it. I don't really care about their creatures. My last one too. Fortunately, I think post board. I think the matchup is not bad, and I think it gets much easier post board is the good thing. Wait, I don't want to yield till end of turn. There might be stuff I want to do. Dude, come on. Cryptrats.deck, man. They're going to deck me. I'm going to lose because I'm going to get decked. I'm pretty sure. Tendrils of Corruption. Response. Agony Warp. I'm going to response Agony Warp, response Tragic Slip. I don't want my opponent getting life, and I have tons of removal, so it doesn't matter. And now it just doesn't matter at all because they've decided to use all their mana to kill my Gangler, so this was worthless. My opponent's made some weird plays this game. Okay, that resolves. Then I'm going to slit my own guy. How many Mole Drifters have I gone through? 1, 2. I know one's at the bottom, so I have one more I can draw. Try and close this game out. No more Soul Manipulations. No more Gurmag Anglers. So yeah, this is really it. But we're gonna play it out. I only have 7 cards left in my deck, but like I said, yeah, my opponent is totally gonna deck me. I don't think not drawing cards is the answer though. I think you definitely want to draw your cards. I think that I maybe made some decisions I probably shouldn't have, putting Mole Drifters on the bottom and such. But I think I played a pretty tight game, all things considered. And I do think we are a little bit favored to win. I mean, I think the Mole Drifters are at the very, very bottom, so I just don't think we can actually win with it. But I will gamefully play it out. There is a small possibility. Even if I have the Mole Drifter, I can't beat my opponent in however many turns it would take. Plus, I'd like to see... My opponent isn't really running a traditional mono black deck, it doesn't look like. Huh. Why wouldn't they do that to me? Makes me lose faster. My opponent's playing like this corrupt, heavy... Yeah, so I'm glad I stuck around a little. My opponent's playing a lot of corrupts. It's like a black control deck. It's not really... I mean, mono black control is called mono black control, but this is not really a mono black NBC. This is something else. So definitely bring in Stormbound Geist. Definitely bring in Thorn of the Black Rose. Nihil Spellbomb seemed okay. Definitely keeping in Soul Manip. Definitely keeping in this. Taking out all my black removal. So the 2 Doom Blades and the Ghastly Demise, which was absolutely useless. Taking out... Chainer seemed good. The rest of these cards seem pretty good. Disfigure didn't seem awesome. My opponent played... Yeah, because my opponent just didn't really play a lot of stuff I wanted to Disfigure. So I'm going to take out the Disfigures. Maybe actually the Echoing Decays. Disfigure is probably a little bit better than that. Because yeah, they were not playing like the low to the ground creatures it looked like. If I had more counter spells, I would. But I mean, Prohibit doesn't hit Corrupt. It does hit Tendrils of Corruption though, so maybe worth bringing in. I think I actually do like it a little bit over Disfigure. So yeah, we'll submit like this. And we'll keep in the slips because they have the potential of killing the anglers. So yes, we'd like to be on the play. This hand is good. We'll keep. Little threat light, but got some interaction. Both prohibits. Brought in Prohibit chiefly for Tendrils of Corruption. So this turn, I'm just going to go ahead and play Island. Stormbound Geist is insane here. All right, I'm going to try and prohibit whatever my opponent does. And if not, I'll just play Stormbound Geist next turn. Regardless, I'm going to play Stormbound Geist next turn. But the reason I did that instead of the backwater so I could prohibit my opponent's turn 2 play. Yep, feeling pretty good here. Oh, I forgot. Disfigure's good against Crypt Rats. Oops. Whatever, though. The way my opponent was playing those Crypt Rats. Oh, well, that's really good. I forgot about the unmakes. Maximum punishment. Unmake pretty good in this matchup. Come on. Taking the shields down a little with this prohibit because I can't kick it anymore. Sure. They're going to duress taking the prohibit. Opponent is stuck on lands, which is nice. I can't stop drawing them, on the other hand. I'm pretty sure Screw beats Flood also. Come on. Nothing. Give me something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've drawn 9 of my 22 lands. It's pretty insane. Well, there's Grimog Angler. No way of protecting it, though. Opponent's hand is fully stacked. I'm not going to play the Angler. I want to get like a counter, another counter spell or something before I start playing threats. And my opponent's not doing anything, so it's not like I can't afford to wait. Yeah, sure. I'll just keep playing lands. This game is ridiculous. No one's doing anything. I hope my opponent taps out for a Grimog Angler. That makes me pretty happy. Yeah, you got it, man. They know I have the Edict, so... Like, what am I supposed to do here? I've drawn an Angler and 9 lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've drawn half the lands in my deck at this point. So the good news is it can only go up from here, right? Yeah, I think playing the Angler, my opponent maybe forgot I have the Chainer's Edict in my hand. That's the only thing I can think of. because they did duress and they took the prohibit, and it was definitely there. Going to clean up. Augur of Balas. Pretty good. It's actually probably exactly what I needed just to get some gas in the tank. Oh, please, please. No. No, I need all those cards. Still don't think I want to play the Angler. I want to play around the Unmake as much as possible. Or the Tendrils. I actually wanted all three of those creatures. Very unfortunate. Nile Spellbomb. Probably worth going ahead and just cracking it. I really need to draw something good. And I get rid of some stuff. The Chainer's Edict matters. The other two probably don't. I'll draw Tragic Slip. Just make a land drop and pass. Dude, the grindiest of all matchups. I can't remember the last time we're on turn 12 and no one has done anything. Ooh. That's probably a reason to run out the Angler. But, I mean, again, soul manipulation, so not really the end of the world. My opponent does have an awful lot of discard. Counterspell. Sweet. I do like Counterspell. Yeah, my opponent's just not... They're just not doing anything. Like, they're going to duress this Counterspell, sure. And then what? I mean, they have Corrupts in their deck. So that's something I have to consider. Maybe all my removal is bad, but no, they had Anglers, right? Like they had an Angler and the Crypt Rats. Like yeah, it's not bad. I edicted the Angler. I'm just like not drawing what I need to draw. Well, I'm gonna kill that. That's for sure. I'm drawing another land. I still don't think this game is unwinnable. I just like my opponent just has so many cards in their hand. And I just like cannot seem to draw anything. My opponent boarded in a lot of cards I actually don't think are very good. Like Distress, who cares? They got my Counterspell though. That was kind of annoying. But I have lots of cantrips in my deck and I just cannot seem to find them. Well, this might be a game ender. Honestly. Yeah, this might be what wins me the game here. Because just sticking Monarch on an empty board is so good. So good. So good. Like I'm just gonna like my opponent's still at 7 though, so that's something to consider. But it looks like they have all reactive spells. Sure. A-okay with me. Double preordain, pretty nice. Try and go fast. Do like both of these. Let's top. 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 I actually don't think I want the Alchemy anymore. Oops. Because I don't want to deck myself. Bottom. Bottom. Grab that counter spell. Pass the turn. So I really want them to try and cast a creature. That's fine. That's fine. Two counter spells is good. Now I'm going to try and defend this Mole Drifter. And this Angler. Now I'm feeling pretty good. Counterspell that. I think I have one more counterspell left. Counterspell that? No, that's fine. And then they'll chainers, and I'll counterspell the chainers. It's gonna be my plan. Wow, what a game! What a match! If I can win this game, I think we're in a pretty good spot because my opponent has less time on the clock than we do. So I really need to win this one. I really hope they try and play another creature so I can get back my other angler. Yep. Actually, probably just gonna go ahead and get back my other angler. So I want to be applying pressure. Another counterspell, great. Yeah, Monarch I think is gonna be the reason I win this game if I do win it, because it's just such a powerful effect. Drawing my last counterspell was also very good. Yeah, this time I'm gonna have to counterspell that. So let's see. Is there a way for me to do anything about this? No, I think it just dies. Unfortunately, yeah, because I have no way of like I can't use my spells to kill it. My opponent unfortunately still has that freaking Chainer's Edict in their graveyard. I might lose this game. I was feeling pretty confident, and now I'm not anymore. My opponent only has one card in hand, though, and I have the Monarch, so that's pretty good. Soul Manipulation's pretty good. Well, I'd like to use it to counter a Crypt Rats at some point. Oh. Still getting that value. It doesn't matter if I have leftover mana, whatever. Yeah, this match is much closer than I thought it would be. I really thought that this match would be fairly easy from my standpoint. I really, really did. Another Crypt Rats, sure. But it's just like my removal is just not very good against this deck, I think is the problem. So, I mean, here we are. So my opponent has Gurmag Angler Unknown in hand. Ugh, I'm gonna have to do this because I need a threat so bad. We've seen 2 Crypt Rats from my opponent. 3 actually, so that's good. This was also a pretty insane game where I drew like 20 land or something. I mean, obviously, but like I just drew so many lands. And my opponent has like just the right spells, like the corrupts and the tendrils of corruption, like just the right combo of spells that are geared to destroy what my deck is doing, which is like sticking one big threat. And so like that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, like there's just no way for me to interact with this, is there? I just don't think I can win anymore. I'm actually gonna go ahead and concede. All like the last Grimog Angler, I'm pretty sure is at the bottom of my deck. And I don't know. I guess I can keep playing it out. I just like don't really see how I win. Like the Monarch is gonna deck me, which is pretty rare, honestly. Oh well. Guess I had more than I thought. Whatever. So we'll play like that. Pass the turn. Um, cannot kill my opponent in like 2 turns though, so I'm just gonna go ahead and concede. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, that was a slog, but I'll see everyone in the next match.